Hi, welcome back. So, in the previous video, we have learned about the changing environment of the organization in the contemporary phase, that is, with the reflection on the VUCA framework and the Bani framework, that how these emerging dimensions have changed the landscape of work and how it is influencing the nature of work and the activities in the organization. The nature of contracts of the employer and employee is changing, the structures of organizations are transforming, the nature of managerial actions have been transformed in the current scenario. So all of these kinds of changing are causing certain needs that an organization have to respond to, and those needs are going to be discussed in this section. One of the important aspect to understand it that how the organization structures are changing, and because of those changes the nature of the task delegation, the nature of the team performances, the nature of employer employee relationships are changing. All of that we are going to reflect in the current video. So the way in which the contemporary organizations are transforming is the structures and the nature of the relationship between employer and employee, and how the systems of feedback and reporting are going to be established, how the teams are going to perform in the current age organizations. Now let us reflect about the need of the organization system that require to be function. So we understand there are different organization behavior models that focuses on different aspects of employer-employee relationship and their expectations from work, and how the employer and employee relationships at work take shape. So one of the model is the system model, wherein the organizations look at the overall structure. The basic concerns of organization is how the teamwork is related, how the relationship of employer and employee is designed, how the task and information is flowing in organization. Moreover, the goals of the individuals and the organizational goals are the real concern of management to align them together. All of these are different dynamics of an organization. Now, the system perspective of organization behavior talks about that how an organizational goals can be aligned with the individual goals, and how the employees can become a whole sole part of the core functioning of an organization, wherein they will be considered as a important element of this whole system of transforming inputs into outputs. The intent of this model is not just only alignment of the individual and organizational goals together, but also to ensure that a positive work culture could be created. Now, when the dynamic relationship between the employer and employee and the other stakeholders involved are positive in nature, the synergy that is going to be generated will be constructively utilized for the purpose of goal attainment. So, it is not just only about that the people goal are aligned with the work organization, but also the culture in which they are going to cultivate their efforts is also positive and synergic. So when they are aligning the goals of people together, employee goals are tied with the organizational goals in a manner that they are aligned, and they are linked together. So the sense of partnership is being developed, a sense of ownership is being generated among employees, wherein they wholeheartedly invest their efforts for the purpose of goal achievement. Now, when we talk about this kind of synergic relationship, it is also very important to reflect that organizations is not just only about a working system, but it is where the people work together, they develop certain kind of bonds and relationship, and this has to be imbibed with a positive energy. All of this is going to improve the relationship of people within an organization, and this is what a system perspective is, which integrates all the resources together in a very harmonious manner. Another popular model is the collegial model that again propagates a supportive leadership philosophy. Now, in this also the employees in an organization are being given due respect and fair opportunities to express their opinions, share their creative ideas, and their ideas are also being given due importance in decision making. So, with this kind of work culture, the people are more open to express their creativity and share their opinion in terms of the goal attainment of organization. The people work together with positive energy, and such environment is very fruitful for the purpose of the success in the turbulent times especially. So what we are going to reflect on here is that the new age organizations which are surviving in the turbulent times and the unprecedented situations and so many uncertainties around the world, not just related to the market conditions, but also with the choices and preferences of people, the role of stakeholders which is rising, and the nature of the contract of employer-employee relationships are also shifting drastically because of these kind of digital changes that are happening in the organization, and the way in which the globalization and technological growth is taking shape. All of these factors influence the working of organization, and that is why a new model of understanding has to be adopted by the organizations to function. And this is a kind of a blend of a system model and the collegial model that will give organization a new way to understand that herein the people will not be working in a typical traditional hierarchical relationship of boss and subordinate, but the relationships also have been transformed, and this transformation has to be accepted, adopted and adapted with the passage of time for the success of the organizations, not just in the present time but also to the times to come. The new people, the younger workforce which is joining the organization thinks in a very different fashion as compared to the people who are guiding the policy making of an organization. So this intergenerational mix of the workforce, moreover the stakeholder role is being increasing, the customers choices are rising, they have better options for the selection of goods and services. All these factors are some prominent factors that highlights the variation of the choices and preferences of people, not just within the organization but also outside the organization. So these kinds of changes which are so volatile in nature and cannot be predicted easily and certainly, therefore organizations also have to adapt their functioning, and that functioning could be changed when they will adapt a kind of philosophy of working in which they integrate the efforts of all the resources in a manner that they will not be just working in a dyadic relationship, but moreover they expand this kind of relationship to a more constructive and synergic partnership where the sense of ownership, a kind of a loyalty is being developed among people, a kind of a trust and bonding relationship among the stakeholders will be fostered, so that the better work relationships, the better cordial work environment could be developed. Thus, we could say a synthesis of a system thinking and a collegial organization behavior model will define better ways of relationship between the organization and the structures that exist in the new age organizations. Thus, based on this system thinking and this collegial model of partnership among the stakeholders, and especially with the employer and employee relationships in an organization, the very first important characteristic that we must reflect on to the simplification of the objectives. The vision of the organization have to be clearly stated in some specific achievable goals so that the people who are delivering the task will become more clear in their role performances. So reducing role ambiguity and providing role clarity is going to enhance the performances, and not just that, it is also going to help organizations in aligning objectives of the individuals with the organization. So we could say role clarity is extremely important for the performers today in the new age organizations as compared to the traditional organizations, because already the external environmental conditions are unpredicted. So the complexity has to be reduced in terms of what has to be done, when has to be done, and how has to be done. These are the roles and responsibilities of the new age organization managers, wherein they have to learn what are the predictions and what are the changing trends that are happening in the external environment, referring to the VUCA framework or a BANI framework, through which they are able to recognize that the challenges is not just related to the market conditions and the external environment, but it is also that how the people within an organization are responding to them. So the different emotional turbulence that is being happening in the mindsets of people, it is also very important to synthesize that into the framework of objective setting. So the more clarity on the task end, it is going to help the people to deliver their roles and responsibilities effectively. Moreover, with this kind of collegial perspective, it is going to become easier for organizations to collaborate their creativity together for the purpose of solving solutions. So we can say that in the current times, the mathematical and the linear relationship of the predictions and the certainty of the outcome is unpredicted, and based on that it is going to be a bigger picture perspective that has to be adopted by the decision makers, and that can only take place when the people are working with the same objective and clarity of the vision in their minds, so that they can align their efforts and their creativity together towards a unified direction. Thus, a holistic view to solve problems is very important in the current scenario. Different perspectives are going to add on to the value of the decision making and understanding the problem better. So we could say that the new age organizations, instead focusing on bringing out the best of the solution, they have to adopt a culture and environment in which they can attempt the solution of a problem in a right direction. So we could say if they bring their perspectives together and design a more holistic picture of the problem. It is going to make it is going to solve a lot of problem at their end, and it is going to provide them a clarity of the task and objectives, and also the certainty of the outcome. So we could say the more the positive work culture could be created, and the more sense of partnership will be fostered into the employees and the other stakeholders in an organization, the more viewpoints are going to help to look at the scenario from different perspectives, and this different perspective is going to add on to the decision making from a holistic viewpoint, which is going to give them a better clarity of the landscape of the situation, and in that way the better decision making could be made and more strategic decisions could be taken in the light of the rapid volatile work environment. Another thing to understand that how the organizations are approaching to the outcomes is being also changed in the current scenario. If we say that how organizations used to see their functioning in a traditional format, it is through the market share, the way in which their sales are rising, the way in which their profit shares are increasing, the number of customers with which they are expanding the market with. All of these were some traditional metrics through which the organizations used to refer to their success. The more market share they hold, the stronger their monopoly for the product and service, and stronger market reputation they hold. So in the current times, we have to appreciate the fact that the matrix that the organizations are looking at to understand their success is also different. Here organizations are more focusing on the net promoter score. Now net promoter score is nothing but a kind of a referral system in which the customers or the clients or the employees of an organization promotes the philosophy of the company and the goods and services. It basically acts as a word of mouth. The better this score is, the higher is the likability of the organization to survive and sustain the competition. Now, to increase this net promoter score, the organizations are focusing on not just improving their services, but also building better relationship with the customers. So the focus of organizations have changed, and in this they are going to attain their goals achievement with the referral system. Basically, we could say the stakeholders will support the philosophy of organizations. So instead of going towards increasing the profit or increasing the sales of the goods and services, the organization direction and approach towards profit making has changed, and herein they are emphasizing more on building better relationships, so that these relationships will itself serve a basis for success and growth in the market, and build a better reputation among the stakeholders at large. Moreover, the new organization structures are becoming more flat in design, and agility is the characteristic that they require to perform. Now, by flat structure, we mean that the hierarchies in an organization are reducing. With the digital transformation in the organization setting, the way in which the work is being digitized, the digital platforms through which the different collaborations and networking of the organizations are taking shape, the way in which the format of working is changing, the new formats of working from home, working from remote locations, the virtual structures that are the new definition of the organizational structures, are all some examples to understand that the hierarchies of the traditional organizations are only going to block the way in which the organizations can adapt in the current time. Thus, by flat structures, we mean that less of the hierarchies. The new organizations cannot function if there are rigid blocks in nature of hierarchical relationship as the traditional organizations used to have. Moreover, the way in which quickly an organization have to transform themselves, adapting themselves with the changing conditions. A very good example to understand the need of new age organizations is the recent pandemic. We have seen that the organizations related to information technology used to function with these kind of remote work cultures, but rest of the organizations were not even exposed to the remote culture. However, the pandemic has left no stone unturned, and not just and not just only the organizational frameworks, but also how the learning modes have changed, how the people used to look at technology. The viewpoint has completely transformed. So all these major changes have led us to understand the importance of agility in our current lives. So we have to be more flexible in our approach. The organizations, if they are going to keep following on those hierarchical structures which are rigid in nature and which are more prone to standardization in the task, is not going to be a fruitful philosophy in the current time, because in that way organizations could not sustain the competition. So the structures have to have flat, and the agility in that organization structure also have to be adapted. So the hierarchies which are prone to rigidity and standardization of operations have to be abandoned in the current scenario, and organizations have to adopt the practices of agility. So we could say a flexible approach is required, and less of the rigidity is going to support the organizations to sustain the competition and address the competition in the current scenario. Moreover, the work is also centered around some value creation through the networking and collaborations, and the concept of the blended workforce is the new definition of the workforce in the organizations. Herein people are not working with the some kind of permanent structures, rather herein people are more working in freelancing mode or some kind of outsourcing of the services in the organization. So these kind of collaborations and these kind of networkings require organizations to transform themselves, and thus they have to reduce the hierarchical structures in the current times. Moreover, the technology also demands certain kind of decentralization. So if there is no autonomy in the work culture, if this kind of a system is not supported by the organization and the people at the top level, in the middle level, it is going to difficult for organizations to respond to the changing environmental needs. If these hierarchical relationships are going to continue in organization, it will be difficult for organizations to adopt to this flexible mode of working, in which they have to be quick in responding to the opportunities and exploit those opportunities to innovate and sustain the competitive environment. Thus, more of the boundaryless business relationships are required so that they can address the need of these networks and the collaborations with different stakeholders. And this is only possible when organizations are responding proactively to the changing scenario by reducing the hurdles and blocks of decision making, and developing better creative work environment for people to express their creativity and be open to the changes. So the more flexible an organization is, the better it is going to address the innovative needs of the changing times. Moreover, when the levels of the organizations are being reduced because of this flat structure requirement of the new age organizations, the people that were working in different levels in the traditional organizations have now transformed into some empowered teams. While in the new organizations, the teams are transformed into empowered teams. Now they work together as partners in an organization, where they express their creativity and innovate together through some specialized skills. So typically we could say that people in current organizations are working through specialized knowledge and expertise, and not in a typical relationship of a boss and subordinate. Thus that is also a requirement of organization to understand that they have to give a space for the people to consider them and accommodate them into the new system of partnership model. And that is why understanding of the new age characteristic is very important for the organizations. Since we are again and again stressing that the structures are changing, the hierarchies are reducing, the boss and subordinate relationship is transforming. So the real concern of new age organizations, that how the control mechanisms are going to be established in the organization. Unlike of the traditional organizations, the new age organizations are more dependent upon the feedback system. The way in which you are going to communicate about the loopholes or the gap between the standard and the actual performance has to be transformed into a feedback system, and that feedback system could also be proactively adopted with different stages of the task performance and delivery. We could say that when the tasks are being delegated, a kind of an open dialogue system has to be established between the people working together. They should be more open and expressive in asking questions related to the task that has to be performed. Moreover, such kind of peer reviews system can be established, wherein people at the same level or in a team, they are going to help each other, they are going to guide each other, they are going to mentor each other. Somebody who has experience of performing the task can help the other person to learn the task and responsibilities without highlighting the hierarchy and the a kind of a subordination demand from that person. So we could say that the way in which the people used to function in the traditional organizations, wherein the hierarchy was very important, wherein the authority was very important, wherein the order subordination was very, very important, the new age organizations have to respond to the changing needs, and some kind of peer review system, some kind of a constructive feedback is going to help the organizations to adapt to the new structure of functioning. Moreover, the new labor models are also affecting and influencing the functioning of an organization, such as crowdsourcing, wherein the organizations are not only relying to derive information about the people and human resources from the internal sources, but also they are dependent upon the external sources in collecting information from the usage of internet, let us say from the social media or the digital platforms through which they are going to derive information about the labor supply. Moreover, some kind of democratic decision making has to be adopted by the organizations to address to the changing needs of organizations and the gig workers which are rising. This is another trend of the external environment that we have to respond to. The relationship between employer and employee and their contract is changing. People are demanding new format of work structure, so it is not just going to be a lifelong relationship between employee and employee, but the relationships are more time bound. They are for a specific period of time, and after that time the project is going to get over and the team is going to disband. Since the people are working in more of a empowered team formats and not just as a typical employer-employee relationship, the more of the freelancing structures, the more of these collaborative networking in an organization is helping organizations to hire people for a span of time, and once the project is over and once they have utilized the services of the team and the team members, the team disbands. So basically we could say the relationship of employer and employees is also time bound. It could be for a specified time, and this is affecting a lot of the relationship and the nature of contracts and terms and conditions of the labor contracts of employer and employee. Herein, the organizations are now not bound to keep employees for a longer period of time. So the cost to company of hiring people is also transformed in that manner, and the relationship expectations of the contracts and the compensation and the benefits have also transformed because of these kinds of gig culture and gig characteristics of the economy, wherein the labor choices related to offering services and deriving benefits from the organizations have changed because of this time bound relationship with the organization. So it is also going to affect the functioning, and this is also a very significant characteristic of the new age organizations. Moreover, the organizations also have to adapt to some of the flexible work policies and arrangements that are being demanded by employees within an organization. We have seen the remote work culture, so some arrangements have to be made which is related to work from home. Now we could see that during pandemic the people were shifted to this concept of work from home, while after pandemic when the organizations were resuming their functioning, they have to shift to the philosophies of work from home on weekends, or some kind of flexible arrangements have to be made that weekends will be work from home and the rest of the days will be work from office. So different trends of work are also taking place, wherein the organizations are adopting to these kinds of terms and conditions, and these are also going to affect the contracts of the people working in an organization. It is going to affect a lot related to the relationship in terms of that not just only the nature of contract is different, that is not a permanent employee of an organization but a contractual employee for a period of time, but also the format in which they will be working will be flexible. The shifts will be different, they will be more flexible. So these arrangements also have to be incorporated into the work systems, and all this requires certain policies. So the companies also have to revisit the way in which they used to define policies related to the work culture, related to the service contracts, related to the day-to-day functioning of an organization, because different types of diversities are going to add on to the work landscape. Moreover, if the people are working from home, different resource arrangements also have to be tackled by the organization. because when they are working from office, the infrastructure support is there in an organization. They have to ensure the digital trends and what are the different support which are required in this dimension as well. Moreover, if the employees are working from home, their resources that they require, the kind of tech support that they require to work from home, all of these require certain kind of policy making. So organizations have to respond to this. Moreover, we could say that the organization functioning will not be more directive in nature. The new age organizations, when they are working in a collegial model where they are working as partners, where they are working as empowered teams, so this authority and subordination relationship will not help organizations to survive these kinds of changes that are happening in the work landscape. There has to be a kind of a coordination and cooperation coming from all employees, and irrespective of their designation in an organization too, but the relationship of employer and employee has to be more participative in nature and more collaborative in nature. So this requires more of a coordination rather than a direction. So if the organizations keep on functioning with the top to bottom philosophy, it is going to be outdated for organizations to function in the current times. Rather, they have to shift to a more collaborative approach of working together, and participative work culture has to be adapted so that the organizations can respond to the opportunities of the current time. Thus, we could say that based on the changing nature of structure of an organization, the hierarchies in an organization have to be reduced with the passage of time. Moreover, people have to work together as empowered teams and not as a boss and subordinate. The way in which the organization systems can be controlled is through feedback system, and some kind of coaching and mentoring philosophies have to be adopted, wherein peer mentoring and reverse mentoring concepts have to be incorporated. So this is a concept wherein the younger people are teaching technology to the senior people in an organization. So this is how we could say a better relationship of new people in an organization and the younger people in an organization can develop with the senior members in an organization. Moreover, the peer mentoring will help and build better social capital in an organization, because a positive work culture is extremely important amid these turbulent times, and these uncertainties of decision making can be helped with simplification of the task and clarity in the role. So the people in organization should work more in a collaborative manner so that they can bring out some innovative solutions to serve the need of our. Thank you.